Yeah, let's do some hip circles. So with hip circles, you've got a wide range of how you can do these circles. And the circles are really beneficial for many joints because the movement itself actually crosses several joints, even though it's called hip circles. So we're gonna start wide, okay? Because if you haven't gotten a wide circle, we're not gonna jump to a narrow circle. So with a wide circle, I've got my hips, or my feet, obviously, pretty far past my hips. And I'm gonna place hands here on my waist. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift. Think of it like almost like a 4-point. So I've got a point here, I've got a point here, a point here, and a point back here, okay? And notice I hinged for that. So we're gonna go point, 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 and then back, okay? Then once you've found your 4 points, now I'm gonna smooth it out. So I'm gonna make a big circle, wrapping it around, swooping to get the back, okay? Zoop. So this is typically where we're gonna start. So we've got a wide frame, we're easily balanced, and we're finding all those checkpoints. Now you may find that maybe going around this bend over here, it feels a little stiff or a little sticky or just different than the rest. What we're wanting to do is to create balance, so slowly guide it through. We don't want to force any movements. We don't want to go into a range of motion that is uncomfortable or painful for sure. So find what is appropriate for you in these circles. Okay, and whenever we do these, we're always gonna do both directions because you're gonna find different kinks, hiccups, or points that it's not really a circle, it kind of makes a square, and we're gonna find those points as we're going around. Now, if you wanna exaggerate this, my feet are gonna stay the same. Sorry, I scooted back just to make this a little easier. So you'll swoop, and then you really hinge, like if you really want the stretch. Okay, all the way around, okay? Now notice though, when I do that, my back remains flat the entire time, okay? Here, all the way around. Maintain a flat back, so that's gonna be the exaggerated circle. Then as you bring the feet closer in, so let's take it to the next step. We're still here, we can do our circles. On this one, you're gonna feel more, you see that lateral shift that happens? You're gonna feel that lateral shift considerably more. Your low back is gonna get more of this because of that lateral shift that's gotta take place. The smaller we go, the less in the hip and the more in the back. And then of course, we will always reverse it and do both sides. Beautiful. And then if we're really gonna go small, if we go to small circles, okay? This is gonna be feet together. And with this, the movement that happens is all here in the core and it's all in that lumbar spine. There's obviously gonna be some movement that happens in the hips, but not a whole lot, because what's gonna happen is your 4 checkpoints have now changed. So now we have a checkpoint, and that checkpoint was a little zoop, okay? And then we have a checkpoint back here, checkpoint here. And now your circles are here. This is the first one. So this is very similar to what we did with your, like the wider hip circles. And of course, we'll do both directions. And when you do this one, like you'll feel your core, like I can feel it now. I can feel my core working as I make my rounds here. So these are gonna be the dominant circles. And then if you are advanced or you want the advanced circles, let me know and I'll send them to you.